What's up, nerds? Welcome back to Spider-Man. Now that we have taken care of the Catwoman thing, Catwoman, the Black Cat thing.
I mean, we were talking about Catwoman quite a bit, so
I mean, it's not exactly hard to compare the two.
it's almost like they're the same character.
Except one of them is objectively better and the other one is Black Cat.
All units, 10:30
I'm not going to take this disrespect. Though character-wise, Black Cat does
Demons are out of
Fall
control.
short?
Were you not
Yeah.
lucky enough as demon babies? Dad you withholding? Mom not around?
design-wise, she is far better than Catwoman.
I'm not willing to argue that point. But
Objectively speaking, Black Cat makes any guy go from maybe to a definite. There is nothing on this earth that will stop me from trying to take my shot.
except the concussion that she'll give you when you try.
Yeah, but I'll try.
And there we go. And Wrecking Ball.
I think like you could say like there is a metric that you could use to determine if a villain, I'm gonna put like villain in quotes, is like redeemable. And I think that metric is how willing are they to kill.
Yeah, that is definitely a big point on the discussion board. Now, let's get the last of these research stations taken care of.
Because I can say for certainty that depending on like
Let's see.
how the
We'll go through all this intro stuff, and then as I'm doing the task, you can
Yeah.
continue.
yeah
One of the hardest problems with improving air quality is identifying the source of highly toxic, low particle count pollutants. Stuff that can make you sick from only a few grams. This station specializes in solving that exact problem by targeting specific particulate toxins.
Hey pal, this station tests particulate matter in the air. Now, you'd probably have some science jargony way to say this, but basically, too much is not good.
Readings are troubling but inconsistent. The only way I'll figure out what's going on is to test nearby emissions. But I've got other problems. The sampler's detecting toxic particles. Better check it out. That steam vent's a good place to start.
Okay, here we go. We doing this.
There's something in here that doesn't belong. Let's analyze it.
I'm looking, I think I'm seeing. There we go. Let's see this one. This one. Right there. And now, right there. Alright, that wasn't bad.
Mercury. Bonded with something else. I can't tell what. This obviously isn't confined to one building. A lot of people are at risk.
And there it is. Alright, we doing it again. Alright, so
See what
go
a sample
ahead.
from this can tell me.
So we were talking about like Black Cat, right?
Yee. Black
Okay,
Cat,
yeah.
well, redeemable characters.
Oh yeah. So redeemable characters. I think it's always like it breaks down to how willing are they to kill, right? And I think the only other the only character that's willing to kill that I think is like still like very redeemable would be Victor Strange. Then we talk about Victor Strange a lot because I think Victor Strange is a good representation of characters that don't want to do evil, but they see it as the only way to achieve like their goals for the betterment of mankind. And you
Ha.
can make an argument saying betterment for the mankind. He's only doing it to save his wife. Yeah, who has an incurable disease.
Nitric acid in there too,
Uh,
but also something else.
Strange?
No, freeze.
Okay, I
I'm
thought
on
you
the
said,
right track.
like, I thought you said
Keep
Hugo
following the
Strange.
trail. This is more widespread than I thought. The whole
If I
neighborhood's in
said
danger.
Strange, I don't know what the hell's going on with my brain. Hugo Strange is not redeemable in
Yeah.
any context.
Yeah, no, Victor could be redeemed if a cure was found for Nora.
Yeah, and like the only reason why he does his villainy, and like
Phew. That stinks to high
how
heaven.
often does he actually
Time to
kill?
find out what's in
right?
it.
Because he freezes people, and that's more of like a cryostasis.
Yeah, Asnot. Okay. Keep going.
But yeah, like it's all just dependent on like characters that like how willing are they to kill, or like do they kind of understand that what they're doing is wrong, but
Yeah.
they don't. But it's like they have the
Ethanol.
ends justify
this
the
sounding
means
so
type of
familiar?
mentality.
Yeah.
Mercury with nitrogen and ethanol. Gotta get back on the trail. When this is over, I'll alert the health department so they can check on the local residents.
There we go. Finally, got you running in the correct direction. Jeez, Peter.
How about you? What character?
Oh
do you
my
think-
I
God.
think I found the problem. Caustic chemicals
You were
are
saying.
leaking out of those barrels and into the plumbing.
What's
Need to clean up the site fast. Huh. The calcium and silicon in concrete makes it an ideal absorption material. Looks like I'll have to make a mess to fix this mess. One day,
what characters do you think are would be are redeemable? Like if given the chance, they could be
Nice, it's
redeemed.
worked. Breathing this stuff in, not good. Just a couple more barrels. Gotta stay above this stuff.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to.
Last one.
Yeah, no, take your time. Like you focus on that, because while you're doing that, I'll give my answer.
Yeah, go ahead.
So besides Victor Freeze, I think the Riddler.
Really? Enigma?
Yeah, I think Nigma can be redeemed. He can be saved because a lot of his stuff just comes from like an ego. He has an ego issue. If you find a way to solve the problem he has with his ego,
could have been way worse.
he can be saved.
Harry's research station just proved why it needs to stay open.
And like I think we talked about before, because my brother was telling me about it, how like in the comics at one point, the Riddler was like, "I'm not going to leave a riddle for Batman, so I can get this job done," and like he subconsciously leaves riddles because he wants to
Yeah.
get caught, type of thing.
Oh yeah, that does sound familiar. I think we might have talked about that during something like Arkham City or something.
Yeah, that was a But I will say I don't know enough of like a lot of the Marvel villains to really
Yeah.
to really deem like who could be redeemed or like who can be saved from the villainy.
Yeah. I will say, at least in terms of the MCU, Vulture from Homecoming could have been redeemed.
Yeah, because his motive makes like so much sense.
Yeah, it makes
He-
perfect sense.
Like he worked for the city to help like the cleanup crew. Then Stark Enterprises
So,
comes in and
install
basically puts
energy-saving
these people
LED
out of a
billboards
job
all
instead
around
of
this area.
you know
This station monitors
hiring
are
them.
performing.
Sure.
I'm just hoping it saves enough money that Oscorp keeps this program going.
Typical. Oscorp ignored the specs and jacked up the voltage going into the billboards. If I don't fix it, they'll explode. People could get hurt. And it would definitely be the end of this station. I need to use my electric webs to shock the screens into shutting down. And I don't have long to do it.
Ooh. Alright. Give me some altitude.
Explosions would make these ads more interesting.
Sad thing is, he's completely right. Game, give me altitude!
Someone should really bring back sign painting.
Okay, game, you need to let me aim, or we're never gonna get anywhere with this.
Yeah, this was one of the worst ones.
Maybe someday there'll be a billboard of me that doesn't say menace on it. Definitely a target-rich environment.
And
At least,
one
like,
more. There we go.
Now that the threat's passed, they can adjust the billboards properly. And they did save a lot of money, which seems to be Oscorp's priority, so I bet this station's in the clear.
It was Oscorp's priority. Well, his priority nearly got a bunch of people injured.
The Oscorp promise.
Yep.
Alright, now that the map is reset, let's make a hard U-turn.
So how about for you?
Honestly, the only one I could think of is Homecoming's MCU Vulture.
Okay, I thought you were just saying
No,
MCU
he
as a...
like aside from ones that we've already talked about, I really couldn't think of anybody else off the top of my head.
Yeah.
My brain is understandably in Spider-Man mode right now. Although actually, depending on the continuity, the Eddie Brock Venom.
Yeah.
Because, like, in Marvel Midnight Suns, which is a Let's Play that will be happening, so stay tuned for that, he's kind of an anti-hero. Like, yeah, he and Venom do eat people, but, like, that's just kind of how the symbiote works, and he does restrict it to criminals. Like, Eddie does keep the symbiote reined in to a degree. You know?
Very small degree, but a degree.
I mean, yeah, like, as long as they're not just munching on random homeless people, I figure there's at least a small argument to be made.
Yeah.
Yoink! I see that.
Let's see. I'm not going to say Harley Quinn just because, like, we've gotten, like, continuity, like, a lot of continuities already where she becomes a anti-hero, like, turns away from villainy.
Yeah. And I mean, good for her, but at this point it's been done to death.
Yeah. I'd say probably Poison Ivy at times.
Honestly, if she would just be a little more chill about how she campaigns against Big Oil, she would already be redeemed.
Yeah. But she suffers from, like, the issue of she feels every plant on Earth already.
Yeah, it's like it's hardly her fault is the thing.
Yeah. Like, there was a there was an episode of Rick and Morty, and I know you don't care about Rick and Morty, but they did an episode. They did an episode like you remember the show Captain Planet?
I've heard of it, never seen it.
Do you remember that steam pipe explosion when we were kids?
Well,
That's what Mom built this station to prevent. It monitors the pressure in the pipes and pinpoints trouble spots.
So they did a parody of Captain Planet,
basically, do something about it fast.
Where Morty somehow was able to get into a relationship with this female version of Captain Planet.
They can show me the high pressure points.
You do you, man. You're into what you're into.
Once I
Yep.
find him, I should be able to
Like,
jar the claws loose with another ground pound.
It's like when multiverses are concerned, I just don't care.
Show up red,
Yeah.
normally blue.
Yeah, it was.
Okay,
It's more
time to
like
move.
but
I've got to drop on
in the episode,
hard to
it
generate
brings
enough
up a
force.
very important issue with Captain Planet himself. He's connected to the planet, so he feels all the drilling. He feels the wildfires. He
So,
feels
the perfect man for Poison Ivy.
basically, but he's a bit more chill.
Well, like I said, perfect man for Poison Ivy. He might be able to help her chill the hell out.
Yeah.
But that's not the only
So like
danger.
Poison Ivy does
I
feel,
need to
because
locate the
they've
pressure
said it
points.
before in
Better hit the ground
comics
somewhere else to
continuity
get a
that
reading.
she is one with the plant life.
Oscorp
She
was actually- I
can
don't have much
feel
time.
when the plants are in pain.
Yeah.
So I feel like if you were able to like kind of take off that one bit of instance where she's feeling all the plant's pain, I feel like it would be very
We're not out of the
easy
woods
to
yet.
to help her
Gotta
to
hurry.
like become like
There's the
an
spot.
actual hero.
Yeah. Or at the very least, an anti-hero.
Yeah. Mad Hatter is batshit crazy, so you can't
Yeah,
help him.
no, he might try. He might try, but he would
helps to
fail.
take the pressure off.
Yeah,
that
he is
for life in
he is
general?
actually clinically insane. He
Harry's
is
station prevented a major
he is
explosion.
past the point of no
Can't
return.
justify closing it down now.
I mean, like,
bad day's work.
theoretically, he could be returned to sanity, but until then...
No.
Alright, let's see. Is that all of them?
Let's see.
I'm looking, I'm looking. I see no more... Oh, wait, there it is.
Oh,
Lightning
Thanos.
Rod. Well, this is concerning.
I know, like when
No reason in
Endgame and-
particular.
yeah, I know when Endgame and Infinity War came out, people were making the arguments for Thanos on like how Thanos was technically the hero.
Yeah, that's a lie. Like, sure, he did have some positive effects on the Earth, but he still, you know.
Well, it wasn't just on the Earth. It was like in the universe in general. Like
Yeah, no, like
his
I'm not gonna pretend there weren't positive effects to results for his actions, but like, come on, dude.
Yeah. Like I don't think you could redeem him because like you can understand his mentality pretty easily.
I mean, according to Marvel, what if the T'Challa version of Star-Lord did redeem him?
Was that like the newest season?
No, first season.
First season. Okay. I haven't seen all the first season. I've seen like clips and pieces of most of the episodes. Where it's like I was able to like connect the dot order of operations, but I haven't seen all of it in one go.
Yeah, I would recommend watching all of it. It's fun.
Yeah.
They do some
I will say
interesting
that-
stuff.
Yeah.
There we go. All wrapped up in a
Things
bow.
aren't slowing down. What are they trying to accomplish?
Thank you.
Turn this way.
Bad mojo, officer. Real bad.
There we go. All right. I'm gonna run to this next one to give Jameson a chance to talk.
Whoops.
But yeah, Marvel What If is honest to God very fun to watch.
I will say, with Multiverse of Madness, I was very, very sad. I was hoping they were
Demons are
doing
out of control.
Supreme
Terrorize.
Strange as the main
We're not
villain.
loved enough as demon babies.
Yeah.
Dad too withholding? Mom not around?
Because in Marvel What If, they introduced Strange that does become a villain.
I mean, we kind of get one of them in the film near the end when he's having that music note battle, which is as hilarious as it sounds.
Yeah. Like, it was like, I felt like...
Game!
I felt like having, like, Supreme Strange being the main villain would have been the best.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
Because then you can keep on with the American Chavez, like, feeling like, should she be wary of, like, the Victor she's with, since
Yeah.
Victor Strange was chasing her, and she got betrayed by a Victor Strange at the beginning of the movie.
Okay, you know what? You can just feel pain. You can just feel pain.
Demons aren't just a street gang.
Sorry. Continue.
No, understandable.
So, but yeah, no, for real, you were saying.
Yeah, like, I feel like, because I was okay with the idea of like, Wanda becoming a villain. I just didn't really like how they handled it.
I don't know.
Where
I thought it was really good. But that's just me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Accurate
mine was
track.
more...
Alright, we're just gonna keep cutting each other off.
Yeah, no, I was going to let you, like, anything that has to do with the game. You go first.
Now, they're all susceptible to lightning strikes, which would erase their data banks. If they're in danger, they'll automatically transfer their data to Oscorp's servers. Just make sure it works, okay, pal?
There's a storm threatening now. And the automatic transfer isn't working. No time to write code now. I'll have to manually link the research station data hubs. Then I need to go to the top of the Oscorp building and align their receivers. First date.
Again,
Well, that's
just
this
as a
one.
safety precaution.
The hub's right over my head. Okay. My lenses should show the other hubs in red.
Where? There.
Got it. Now to make more links in the chain. Man, it's getting bad out here.
Go. There we go. There.
Got it. Uh-oh. The receiver's energy is giving me a positive charge, which means I'm at a high risk for lightning strikes.
I
My
knew
charge
it.
is increasing.
Woo!
I gotta move
Ho, ho,
fast or
ho.
I'll get zapped.
I think I just dodged a lightning bolt-shaped bullet. That would have been terrifying in real life. Oh no. Oh no. Move. Okay. You still there, man? Crux?
Yeah, sorry. Had to
Okay.
step away for 1 second.
Alright, that's fine. Yeah. I'm just trying not to get zapped.
Yeah, there's not really much I can give you for this one
Okay,
besides,
go.
besides
Oh.
don't slow down.
Yeah, no, don't want to slow down. I don't know if you saw it, but just a
One more
minutes,
down.
just like a minute ago,
Can't stop to
I like
celebrate.
just
Costume
moved out of the way when a
insulation
lightning
can
bolt
protect me a little.
would have
I
otherwise hit
can't
me.
afford many hits.
Yep.
Just gonna go ahead and build up my focus meters in case I need them.
Yep.
There we
Nature's
go.
so awesome. Except when it tries to kill me.
That's when it's fun.
There we go. Okay, where?
That one's set.
Gotta move! Oh, that one felt particularly close. Running for my life. Peter, go, Peter, go, Peter, go, Peter, go, Peter! Where?
Scientifically, I know why this is happening, but it's hard not to feel like the universe is against me right now.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, if you believe Miguel O'Hara's theory, it is against you.
Always is.
Gotta web fast. There we go. Hey.
It's like the whole city's one giant bug zapper.
Yeah. There we go.
I mean,
Figured
it
that would
is
get me
New
out of there.
York. Like, all the buildings, all the metal.
Yeah. Got it. Okay.
I'm getting pretty good at this.
Why? Okay. Move. Move. Gotta move. Running. Just needed to dodge that. Just needed to dodge that.
Gotta
Time
keep
to admire
dodging.
the view.
Just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. Just keep dodging. Dodging.
What do? You dodge, dodge, dodge.
Yeah. That's how Piccolo should have taught Gohan to dodge. Every time! Haha! Foolish lightning!
If I
This
slow down, I'll
spider
be
does
extra
not
crispy.
fear Thor!
Probably should, though.
Maybe not. Depends on how temperamental he is in this universe.
Okay, now I need to get to Oscorp Tower.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Hurry.
Unpopular opinion, but I honestly liked Fat Thor more than Standard Thor.
He did have a certain appeal to him.
Well, and also the reason why I like him more is just because that is actually the accurate representation of what Thor, Odin's son, looks like in mythology.
Maybe that's why they went with that specific style. I just appreciated that he harassed the internet trolls.
Yep.
Gotta aim these away from their satellites and toward each other.
I hate it when I have to do this.
Yeah, this one isn't like a really difficult
Well,
one.
no, it's just trying to get
long.
up on top of the damn thing.
Yeah. I'd say also just because of how long it is.
I don't know if I'm fast enough. Oh, I'm about to see a hit. Oh, but not! Take that game! Behold the power of the cutscene! Tremble at my ability!
And I can finally get out of this weather.
Hey, you know what? I went through that whole thing and never got struck by lightning.
Good job.
I consider that impressive.
That is impressive. That's a win in your book.
Sure. I've already got plenty of the other kind.
I just posted a new article. Oscorp announced Harry's research stations are providing valuable data, so they're fully funding them.
You're kidding. That's great. I just wish we could tell Harry.
He hasn't returned my calls, which is weird. I know how important this is to him.
His mom would be so proud. He really stepped up for her.
You helped a little yourself, Tiger. You're a good friend.
So are you, MJ. And wherever Harry is, he knows that. Can't wait to read the article.
Okay, Harry's either dead or kidnapped.
Or he's just deciding to ghost everyone.
He would not. He might ghost Peter. He would not ghost MJ.
I mean, it depends on how into.
I mean, isn't he always into MJ at least at some point?
I don't think so.
I haven't seen a continuity where he doesn't have at least some degree of interest. Also, I do like that this MJ also calls Peter Tiger.
Well, that one is a staple for MJ.
No, yeah, I know. It's just there have been instances where I haven't heard it. All right. I see nothing else to do, so next episode we will, for realsies, go to Feast.
We'll finally go.
Yeah, Peter can
get a place to
finally
stay.
take a damn nap.
Nah, Peter Parker or Spider-Man doesn't rest.
Spider-Man doesn't rest. Peter Parker, he does.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. This is enjoyable. This is amusing. Catch you later, nerds.
Bye, guys.